Hello, fellow insomniacs, and welcome to Hey, I Can't Sleep, a special Halloween edition with me, Father Frank. Stay tuned. Wah. Welcome to the show. Now, you might wonder why I'm wearing this thing on my head. Well, you see, truth is, if you're a Christian, your religion's based on a lot of fear. I don't want them reading my thoughts because I'm going to talk about some things today that they're not going to like. So, put your hats on and stay tuned. Is it safe? Can I take it off now? Oh, thank God. Let's get hot. Okay. We can have some fun music. Oh man, this is exciting. Why is it exciting? Because it's almost Halloween! Woo! The countdown begins! Okay, lights. Turn the lights on. Yay! Okay, so welcome to a special Halloween, pre-Halloween edition of Hey, I Can't Sleep with me, Father Frank. So, we're going to talk about the origins of Halloween. That's why we're hiding out here in the basement. Because people up in the Vatican don't like it when you don't talk about what you're taught there. Anything that goes against your beliefs is anti-Christian. And I'm telling you, if they know that I'm talking about this, that's it. They're going to take my collar away. And I like my collar because I like using this ability to talk to people and tell them that it doesn't all have to be scary. That, true faith isn't about judging anybody. So, anyway, that's another video. So, Halloween. Well, did you know that Halloween is actually a Celtic holiday? A holiday that pagan people created. Because paganism, which in Christian culture is deemed witchcraft, is actually a beautiful religion based on nature. Yes, it is. And people in Europe, who were the natives of Europe, the native people, used the 4 seasons of the year to base a lot of their religious holidays on. So it kind of makes sense, right? Well, so these pagans are having a party, doing their thing, minding their own business, and in comes missionaries, Christian missionaries, St. Patrick being one of them, and he was directed by a pope named Pope Gregory. And he said, you need to go and you need to tell these people that what they're doing isn't right. So they need to do what we tell them to do. And a lot of holidays got skewed. Holidays that originated in Celtic tradition. Because Christianity came in based on all this fear, fire, and death and hell and all this stuff. And said, if you don't do what we tell you to do, you're going to pay. So, how does this have an effect on Halloween? Well, here's what happened. So originally, Halloween was called Samhain. Now, when you look at the word, it looks like it's Samhain, but it's pronounced Samhain. Kind of like Versace and Versace. So, Samhain was November 1st because it represented the end of the harvest season. Because fall was now becoming winter. So, people in the community brought down the sheep and the cows down from the mountains closer to home to start to prepare for the slaughter. They went out into the fields and collected the rest of the vegetation and all the things that they yielded from that harvest towards home and started to prepare for winter. So there was a celebration to thank the goddess for all that she had provided. So Samhain was a holiday where villagers got together because on October 31st, late at night, going into November 1st, they said that the veil was the thinnest between the other world. Ooh, so we get a lot of spookiness from that. So this veil being thin meant that because life and death, because we think about it, fall, winter, slaughter, harvest, it's all kind of life and death, right? So the veil was the thinnest. Because now we're going into death. Things are dying. It's wintertime. So they had celebrations. One of the things they did was they lit bonfires. Now, bonfires were created to help guide these wayward spirits that were between worlds to where they needed to go. And at the same time, offer some protection to the villagers to say, hey, we're over here alive. Now you're dead. Now you can kind of hang around, but make your way where you need to go. Now, you're going to say to yourself, Father Frank, what's with all the bats that people are decorating their houses with? Well, if anyone's been camping, you light yourself a fire, what do you get? Bugs, insects. They come flying around. Well, what do bats like? Bats love bugs. So you'd have these bonfires and people would be out there having a party, bobbing for apples, drinking cider, and these bats are zipping around, clearing away the insects. Now, if we fast forward a little bit, so St. Patrick comes over on his boat and sees all these people doing these things, and the Pope is like, you know what? Nope. I am speaking this word of the Lord, and there's only one way, and it's my way, and these people better believe. So you tell them they better believe or else. So, Christians come in and say, this is what we want. Some pagans are like, you know what? Forget it. This is what we're doing. It makes more sense. It's based on nature. We don't know what you're talking about with all these people rising from the dead and walking on water and having virgin babies. You know, that doesn't make any sense. So, they wanted to fight for what they believed in. Well, what happens? War. You know, Christians started to hunt people because they wanted it to be their way. Well, some of these pagans, they ran into the woods and they hid, trying to fight for what they believe in. Well, what were they deemed? Witches. Right? We all know what happened to witches. Burned at the stake. These people were possessed. They're demons. You're not believing? You're witchcraft. Right? Because it's all got to be based on fire and demons and hell. So, you have yourself people hiding in the woods saying, nope, we're not going to let these Christians come in and tell us how to have our holidays. So some of them still fought. They fought and said, nope, we're going to have our ways. Christians come back even harder. Nope, you're going to do it our way. Well, finally, Pope Gregory, 601 AD, said, forget this. You know what? If you can't beat them, let's kind of join them and flush them out. So what did he do? He said, we are going to align our Christian holidays with the native belief system and their holidays. And then eventually, you know what? They'll just do what we want them to do. So what happened? Well, Samhain, November 1st, became All Saints' Day, or All Souls' Day, right? There we go. Too bad, so sad. You can believe what you want to believe, but we'll just keep killing you, flushing you out, because we're here now, and we decided this is how it is. Well, some people still weren't happy about that, so they kept saying, nope, this is the day we want it to be. Well, because you know, life and death and afterlife is also a part of Christian belief. It was like, okay, well, we'll kind of let this one slide a little bit. So, you know, you want to have this holiday, that's fine, but we're going to rename it then. So it's going to be, so they tried to go for around, I think, November 1st or 2nd. It was All Souls Day. And then it was going to be, you know what, All Hallows. Hallows meaning holy. So, want to have a celebration? Fine. All Hallows Eve. Well, eventually became Halloween. But they still wanted to get their fingernails in there because, again, anything that had nothing to do with Christianity was deemed to be evil. So, you're going to be evil. Well, we're going to make it about demons. So, we're going to have offerings. Offerings to protect ourselves from these demons on All Hallows Eve. So, what do people do? Well, originally, they used to use food to celebrate the end of the harvest, but now it became offerings for the demons and the goblins and the fairies and all these spirits running around. So, again, with the bonfires, were they going to become ways to guide the spirits into the other world? No. Now they became, you know, they used to carve out turnips until the potato famine came, and then the Irish people got smart and said, you know what, we can eat turnips, so we're going to use pumpkins instead. Well, they used to carve out turnips and put candles in them and put them on the doorstep to keep away the evil spirits, but also as a way to let, you know, dirty people, leper people, poor people who were starving in the streets, you know what? I'm doing my good, so you can come to my doorstep because it's lit up and you can take whatever food and drink I've left out so that you can have something to eat, you know? So that's there for you, you know? And eventually over time, you know, as our culture became more commercialized and things started to change, people started moving around all over the world, the way commercialism can, things got glorified. Then it became about, using these costumes to run around and scare people, and it's still considered to be, a satanic holiday in Christian culture, an atheist type holiday, but really it's just about nature. It's about and a harvest. It's a celebration. Why do we bob for apples? Well, we bob for apples because apples are delicious. And at the end of the season, we want to enjoy them. Things like apple cider, things like pumpkin spice. All these things were harvested and enjoyed at that time of year. We give out candy to say to the evil spirits and the goblins that are showing up on our doorstep, demon be gone, get away, here's your candy, and move on to the next house. These are the things that have hung on, But, it's important to remember, that these were beautiful parts of our culture that got a little warped, which tends to happen when you have any religion or belief system that's based on hate and fear. So, remember that. Remember that there's beauty and joy in nature's traditions. Don't let, corporate ideas and religious beliefs that are supposed to be based on faith and spirituality come and ruin the true nature of things. I know I'm going to be struck by a lightning bolt, but, I say what I got to say. And even things like Christmas. I know you're all going to say, no, Father Frank, but yes, look it up. Even Christmas was a pagan holiday that got changed, yes, to align with Christian beliefs. So, second guess things, research, learn about them. And in the meantime, I hope this was helpful. I hope you learned a lot today. And if you have anything else to add or if I screwed up anything, let me know. So, have fun trick-or-treating. Enjoy your Samhain. Happy end of harvest season. Take care of yourself. Check your candy. And remember, it's cause for celebration. We should feel blessed for what we have at the end of the harvest season. So, take care of yourself. Play safe and sleep on it. Because it's probably going to be better in the morning. And happy Halloween, spookies. Bye. Oh, see? I can't even do this. Hold on.